Assalamualaikum guys, hope you're well, hope you're good, hope you're okay. We've got a special guest for you today on my show in the limelight. Before we go to the special guest, just going to show you a little video.
Turn it around. Cause I was being on the dance flex. Cashing lost checks, slapping up flex. Now let the mother movie hit for me. Move your body like a
Yeah guys, there you go man, now you know who the guest is in the hot seat. Let's give my brother a call, 1 second. Hold on. Won't be long. Yes, we've got brother Hunterz in the hot seat today, or should I say on the phone, so it won't be long, yeah? Transition.
Hello.
Salam Hunterz, how are you my brother? I've got you live online, yeah? Are you good?
Salam, my bro. How are you?
I'm good man, I'm good. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good, man. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you very much, Yard, for giving us your time from this busy schedule that you have.
No problem, man.
Right,
You're a
guys.
good brother, man. So any time to you.
No problem, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys, we've got Hunterz on the line now. So obviously we're going to speak to him about past to the present, how it all started, even though I was young at the same time. Hunterz, my brother, you started at a very young age and you started school in the 80s. I think, was it in London?
Yeah, a town called Bedford, which is not far from Luton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my family are still there. And then we come from a musical family. You know the history anyway. So
Absolutely, yeah.
we come from a big musical family, and I started learning tabla when I was very young, probably about 5-6 years old, and
Yeah.
I still study tabla. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
To this day, I still study, and I started learning tabla first, and then went from there. Then started. One thing happened pretty quick as I started playing different instruments, and my dad spotted that, and he said to me, "You can do that if you want to do, but you're going to have a lot of, your whole time is going to be taken up with practicing all these different instruments in the future." And you know what? To this day, he's 100% right. My whole day, my
Absolutely.
morning part of the day is spent spending practicing all the instruments. So yeah, that's just a short version of it.
Absolutely, yeah, because obviously you started off with guitars and keyboards and then went to the tablas, and every time I look at your stuff, you're always on the instruments, and it's a blessing in itself for you guys. Obviously, what started from you at that time was you wanted to get your own production out there, and it was, I think, Slave to Fusion was the album at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, what happened was I eventually came to Birmingham.
Yeah.
So Birmingham was where, at that time, as you know, all the record companies were.
Yeah.
And then you had to basically come over here. So I I wasn't in the Asian industry at the start. What happened was me and my younger brother, Vee, was very young at that time, and we was doing more R&B stuff.
Yeah.
And then I came over to Birmingham and actually started playing with a few bands at that time, like play guitar for one band, bass guitar, dolki, tabla, and then people spotted me, and it was actually Shin from DCS, the legend himself. He saw me and he was like, "Man, we need to take you over to Movie Box." And then my journey started with Movie Box. It was Shin who actually took me there, and I got signed from the first day I walked in, because I had a few demos and I played it. They said, "Yo, we need to sign this guy straight away."
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then my journey started with them. So I actually released like a production album called No Limits. before, which was basically me just in the studio, just doing remixes and stuff, and that's basically what happened. That got released first, and then
that was your debut, wasn't it? That was your debut, yeah.
That was, and then Stereo Nation come in. So I had basically 2 debuts as a music producer, which is like No Limits, and obviously the big one was Slave to Fusion, on which I produced Nachange Sari Raat Pyar Ho Gaya, Gala, which was just a Bollywood just done a version of that. And respect to Taz, because Taz came over and he saw, and he was like, I need to change my sound, and we collaborated and we done that. And that took me around the world a few times. There's a bit I forgot before that. When I actually came to Birmingham, I done like a apprenticeship, if you like. I toured the world for about 2 years with Bali Sagu.
I was just about to get to that, but you beat me to it.
Because I forget about that, because Bali, this was before I got signed to Movie Box, so I toured the world, and Bali was like in and out of the charts. He done Top of the Pops a few times, and I performed. The biggest show I done with him was the Michael Jackson concert in India in 1996, and that was amazing for an up and coming artist.
And that was with the same stage with Wet 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 as well, wasn't it?
That was I performed. That was in
Mumbai, innit?
That was in Hong Kong with Wet Wet Wet, when Hong Kong got handed back over to China. So we went there for that. So that was part of the journey when I was traveling the world with Bali, Sagu and the management. Then I got signed to Movie Box. Then we fast forward, and I'm with Stereo Nation, and I actually got to tour the world with Stereo Nation for like 2 years, 2-3 years, and then 2000, and obviously Nachange Sari Raat was an amazing song. It actually took me to Pakistan for the first time, which I really wanted to go, and I went there and I met a lot of the legends that I wanted to meet. And at that time when we went, we actually broke the attendance record in Karachi for a concert. It was about 40,000 people, 45,000 people in the Dream World Golfers, the Golf Resort. And all the artists were there, the top artists, and they were very, very, very nice. It's beautiful, one of the most amazing times I've ever had. Beautiful people, beautiful country, the most amazing, talented people. They obviously, my Ustad Gharana is there. We'll get into that, I'm sure.
That is what I was going to touch upon after this.
So we went. So I toured the world with Stereo Nation. Then what happened after that was I came with my first debut album, and my debut had Rele on there, and that was 2003, and that started the journey and took it to another level.
Absolutely, that took it to another level, because I remember that song, and it went wild, and it was something different, a different genre, and something new that you brought to the people out there. Whilst you were in India, Hunterz, I just want to say one more thing as well. You also featured in a movie, didn't you, with one song?
I went there to do the music for Taz.
That's the one,
and they talked me into being into a movie, and I'm in there, and I'm out of shape, and I'm looking like a bouncer. I don't know what the hell I'm doing in that movie.
but the main thing is you got your foot in there, man. That was the main thing.
I done the music for it, and then the song went mad everywhere, and it's mad because fast forward 19-20 years, my younger brother's smashing it up over there at the moment, doing the same thing.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get him on, but he's too busy.
Oh man, he's all over the place at the moment. We'll fix something up for you. I'll make it happen for you. But right now it's like this. As soon as Corona hit, everything came to a halt for everybody. They had to completely, they had to have a major change of plan.
Absolutely.
And it just kind of disrupted a lot of things. So right now he's got a backlog of work that he's had to catch up on.
Absolutely. Moving on from that, my brother. The Gharana that we were talking about is a very, very high Gharana in Pakistan. Do you want to just enlighten the public about that?
Yeah, the Gharana that I belong to is called Sham Churasi Gharana. Now, I'm actually very lucky because my teacher, Ustad Hussain Bakhsh Gullu Khan Sahab, who's actually part of Sham Churasi, he's also part of Patiala from his father's side. So I'm actually...
Double connection.
I'm actually a double connection, but mainly it's Sham Churasi Gharana. Sham Churasi Gharana started obviously way back in years ago in India when it was all one, and it was the Gharana actually goes back to the ancestors were court musicians for Emperor Akbar. It goes back that far. So that bloodline has been going along ever since then, and we're honoured to be students of that Gharana. Very close students, because you can get different kind of students, which I call a bit more businessy kind of students. You don't want to go to someone and have a lesson. But ours is not like that. Ours is like family.
It's same the way you have it, like when we have peers and sheikhs and Sufis, and you have that connection.
That's right. Yeah. They're my, that's like another, it's my family. They're based in Lahore, and whatever little bit of vibe that I've got in singing, it comes from them. All of it is all from them.
Absolutely.
So the credit goes to them.
Absolutely. Another thing I want to touch upon is well, because there's too many things, and obviously we haven't got enough time to cover this.
We'll do it again. We'll do another part. Don't worry. We'll see you anyway.
Was it? I think it was 2005. Was it with UB40?
Oh wow! Yeah. That was something else.
Because that was you in it, Hunterz. That was you. That was your music, your inspiration and stuff.
That went to another level. What happened was I was in the studio at that time. You got to remember. So this is 2005. So we had just dropped Most Wanted. Their labels everywhere.
Yeah.
A year later, we just dropped Phat Trax. The Yari was everywhere. Yeah. So it was a real busy time for us. All them songs are playing everywhere. And at that time, when UB40 came in, I was actually working on the Hare Hare remix, which went on to be quite popular. Done well for me. That big remix. And then what happened was it was a mad one now, because you've been in studios, so we weren't using a digital desk at that time. We were just using an analog. So when you do the mix, you better get the mix down before you start doing something else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I work my engineers really hard, man. Really, really hard. Everybody knows I will do mix after mix after mix, and I will spend a lot of time on my music. Yeah. I was the only artist at Movie Box where they would say to me, you spend all of your money on music. You don't drive flashy cars or do this. I said, I'm not interested. I'm interested in musiki. That's what I'm music.
Passion.
That's all I'm interested in. I'm not interested in all these other things. These are worldly things.
Materialistic, yeah. You had the passion.
Yeah. I'm interested in music, real music. That's what I'm interested in. Yeah. So my engineer was working, and then my manager at that time phoned me, and he says, look, I'm going to come and see you right now and drop off some vocals. Very important. UB40 have just called, and they want somebody to put some Asian vibe on this song that they've got that might go on the album or might not. You got to remember, UB40 record over 30 songs and then they decide. Yeah. This song, Reasons, wasn't actually. It was one that they didn't know what was, what they were going to do with it. Yeah. So, and my manager goes, but the thing is, you got like 3-4 hours, and I said, 3-4 hours? This is UB40. Give me a week. Let me write something. He goes, because they're speaking to other people. So you know what I've done?
Go on, bro.
I told my engineer, I said, sack the mix. Just forget this mix, because I've got to do this. And obviously his face, his glasses steamed up and everything. So I just wrote something very, very quickly, just 2 lines, and I done a little alarm, and I sent it back off. The following day, I had UB40, and I had to put it on loudspeaker for everybody in the studio. And it was Ali Campbell, and they just called me, and they said, listen, we love what you've done. Can you please come into the studio tomorrow? And then the rest is history. I went in, and then a few weeks later, we done the song. I just thought it was going to be on the album. They asked me to perform at Live Aid.
I remember
Live
that.
Aid in Hyde Park. There's 250,000 people, but how many billions watching? And I was just like, wow, okay, that was amazing. I went to Live Aid, and at Live Aid, I had the most crazy experience you can ever think of. You go backstage, and they tell you before you go in, no cameras allowed, because the stars, all the big names are walking around with no security. Yeah. So you are not. If you get caught just taking a picture, we're gonna have to remove you, even if you're performing as part of a setup. So, bro, I saw Madonna's trailer was next door to ours. I actually met Paul McCartney. I met Snoop. Snoop actually filmed me when I was warming up doing the
Look at that.
So I met these people. It was really, really surreal, but it was amazing. And these things live with you, and I'm really grateful for those things.
Fantastic, guys. Now, before we go to a break, my bro, just give us a couple of alaps of that UB40, and we're going to a break.
UB40, I done Pahari Khana Babi was. Let me give you a Darbari.
Yes, bro.
That's what I was recording.
Yeah. Kya baat hai. Right, guys, we're just going to go into a break. I've got Hunterz Baji with me, so we'll be back shortly. Yeah, Hunterz, was that okay?
Yeah, it was amazing, man. Cool, man. So cool. It's good talking to someone like you're comfortable with, and someone who knows your history. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. We're back in our second quarter of In the Limelight, and this time my special guest, my Paji, my big bro, Hunterz is with us. Salam, Hunterz. How are you, bro?
Salam, my bro. I'm very well. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. No problem. We're just going to take it back a bit now. Obviously, we've hit the UB40 bit, and that was enlightening. We're just going to take it back to, I think, when you were in school at the age of 13, and was it Mrs. Parran who saw the talent in you as well?
It is.
Saw that great musical potential in you. Mrs. Parran, was it, a teacher, when you were 13 years old?
I can't remember the name, but the only thing I done at school was music. They just knew from day one. They said, look, he's either going to do music or he's going to play football. They were the only two things. Because all through my school life, this is crazy, right? I captained all the football teams. That means all through school life. So just work that out. Yeah. I captained all the football teams, and I used to play Sunday league as well. Yeah. When I came to Birmingham, everything stopped, man. It was just music, because everyone in Birmingham was none of them wanted to train, or the people I knew, they were just all in the bands and doing music, and then they were into going out and drinking and stuff. And then I've never done that. I've never touched alcohol. I've been all over the world. I've never touched anything like that.
Yeah.
So
respect.
But the thing was, I lost out on a lot of training, and football just came to a standstill. But music was too much, because it's in the family, isn't it? So,
absolutely.
A little bit of history. So anybody who knows their bhangra bands from the 80s, the legends, my chacha is a founding member of Hira. My Tayaji has been with Alap for 35 years.
Look at that.
Hansraj Hansti is my cousin.
Yeah. And
I have a family member in every bhangra band, from Achanak. Safri is my cousin. Sabir Koti, rest in peace, is my cousin.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. Lember Hussain Puri, they're related to us.
Look at that. See, and this is what the public out there need, because obviously we've all had interviews, we've all done radio interviews, TV interviews, but the generation that's now, obviously they know of yourself and other people, but it's good to know the history of where you belong to, because you're not just era kera banda. You got to have that respect, and we respect them people, because you've come from.
This. So when I was young, first of all, our industry now, this could be probably another conversation, because the amount of people that ring me and says, how are we going to sort this out? Because clearly something's not going right.
Absolutely.
In the industry, the way it is. And back in those days, now, I remember when Diamonds from Hira come out, my uncle and them, it was one of the biggest selling Asian albums of all time.
Absolutely.
Now, imagine being a youngster, and my uncle's taking me around. And at that time, everybody had to play live. All the bands were live. There was no PA or nothing
nothing.
that. There's nothing wrong with that. I've done loads of PAs because promoters want me to do that. I have absolutely no problem with that. But looking going forward, we must be able to perform live.
Absolutely.
We have to do that.
And this is what I was going to touch upon as well. I was going to ask the next question that obviously I've come out of the field now. Everybody has music in them, but the thing is, I've even noticed it on the side that I'm in now. Number one, people are more bothered about the image. Number one. Number two, they've no skill in there. They think they can sing, and number three, they can just do it quickly on a digital platform. Whereas, like you said, analog, we used to spend three days just making the beat.
That's right. 100%. Look, well, you hit on something which is very, very true. Imaging and everything, obviously that's important. But nothing should be more important than the music.
Absolutely.
When you hear someone's song on the radio, you don't know who this person is. You don't know nothing about them, the image or anything. Him or her. When you hear a song, you hear the song first. That's what you hear.
Yeah.
So, and people ask me, how have you lasted this long? And the thing about it is, with everybody's blessings, I'm about to go into another level now. This was just a warm-up that I've given everybody. I'm about to go to the next level. I've been given the blessings from my teachers to really go to another level, which is going to be in all different genres.
Yeah.
And how I've done that is because I dedicated myself to music, not fame, not money, not anything else. I dedicated myself to music. That's what I've done. And I'm a bigger student now of music than I was before. Yeah. And when I look around me now, I wish the best for everybody, because you know me, I get on with every artist, no matter who it is. I wish everybody the best. And I always say to them, work hard. Go and work hard. Don't worry about what car you got in your video.
Yeah, absolutely,
Go and work hard. Make sure the song is the vehicle. I always say this, the song is king. Yeah. The song is the vehicle. The song will travel. That's what's going to take you to another level, take you around the world. Is your music, and unfortunately, there's not many people who understand that. They're making mistakes. If you release 6 videos and 6 songs and it hasn't gone right for you in any other business, you'd be sacked.
Absolutely, you would be. And another thing I want to touch upon as well, Paji, is a lot of people you see on Facebook, you see on social media, they've got like 1.3 million followers. 90,000 followers, but they're nowhere to be seen, number one, and number two, I've not even heard of many of them, and people still think, this is it, and they can't even deliver properly, if you know what I mean.
With the followers and views and all these things, we all know that there's too much fake stuff going around. I saw a video the other day, and the funny thing is, somebody actually sent it to me just to say, Paji, we need your blessing on this. I was thinking to myself, listen, you got 125,000 views and you got 1 comment. What kind of blessing can I give you? Think about that. Even a 5-year-old kid would know the algorithm of YouTube. You've got 125,000 views, right? The song came out months ago and you've got 1 comment. Please tell me how that happened. So, and the song itself wasn't, It wasn't to the standard. Listen, even if the song was to the standard, I would have said the music was great, but the rest of it, look, it clearly wasn't. I've started my own YouTube channel like you.
Yeah.
I released lockdown during lockdown. We had to make we had some visuals done, videos that people are liking. I couldn't appear in the videos obviously because of social distancing and stuff. But I'd done that for a reason. I had 4 record companies, major record companies with multi-million subscribers saying, please give it to us. And I was like, why should I give this to you?
Exactly.
I've got other businesses that will the songs, and I've done it. And I don't know if I put up a status to say to everybody, be brave, go up there and start. It doesn't. From 1 subscriber you get 2, from 2 you get 3,
Absolutely.
From 3 you get 4. You carry on. Don't worry. You have to believe in the message that you're given, be it podcast, be it the way you're spreading a beautiful message. All of this, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, move. Just forget it. In life, the first lesson is believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
And if you don't, it's not going to happen. That's the whole point.
Nothing's going to happen. So that's what we've done. We've started my own YouTube channel. It's just new. And we're going to build everything from there. And I'm telling everybody, go and do it yourself. Yeah. But, if you want to work with labels later on, do it, but don't sell out to them. Don't give them everything because they're not going to give you nothing back. Absolutely,
100%. And that's in both genres, music and nasheeds. I've realised that.
Okay, I just want to say, big respect to everybody doing nasheeds and people, but especially to people like yourself. We watch from outside and we respect it and we love it. Just keep going. Spread the good message. I don't want to go into politics or media or all that stuff. Everybody out there knows what's going on, but keep spreading the good vibe and show people that we are good people, no matter which religion or whatever.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Specifically, my Muslim brothers and sisters, you're so blessed, and just keep spreading that message. Forget about negativity. You will win, 100%. You will win because the message is too beautiful.
Absolutely, bro. That's fantastic words there. Your versatile artist, Hunterz, was it Apache Indian and Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan? Yeah.
I think
the versatile artist for you, was it Apache Indian and Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan? Yeah. Versatile.
Most versatile artist.
Yeah.
No. The most versatile. A completely different artist. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab's name should never come into with anybody else. Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab is a completely different.
Absolutely.
Different.
Yeah.
Apache Indian's an amazing artist. He opened the doors for reggae.
Yeah.
And
see, this is why I wanted to touch on this, because somebody's written this, and I'm thinking, I don't think that's the case, but Hunterz is telling us now anyway, properly.
Yeah.
So Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab shouldn't be obviously included in the versatile because he's on a different level.
No, Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab is just, there's no words to describe Khan Saab's contribution to music.
Yeah.
Khan Saab just, imagine this. Imagine at the time when Khan Saab was doing Qawwali and then Khan Saab started fusion. There were people who didn't like him doing fusion.
Yeah.
How ahead was he when he said, listen, it's not a problem as long as it's music, it's in sur, it's in la. Why not? We're spreading love. Now imagine if he hadn't done that. Imagine if Khan Saab hadn't done that, then Qawwali might not have got the platform that it eventually, Khan Saab took it to another level. 100% he took it to another level. It would have just stayed in the darbars and just local mehfils and everything.
Absolutely.
And that's what I believe.
Obviously you do Qawwalis yourself, Hunterz, as well. I've heard them. They're quite cool. They're quite nice.
What I do, I love Qawwali. I am not a Qawwali singer. There are amazing Qawwali singers in UK. But let me show you something. I'm from a classical background. If you're a Qawwali singer, that don't mean you have classical training.
Absolutely.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Sab to uttam, the highest form of singing is classical music.
Yeah,
the highest form.
Yeah.
Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab was a lover of classical music. He wasn't a classical singer. Let me make this clear. Yeah. He wasn't a classical singer. He was an amazing Qawwal who also had wonderfully amazing knowledge of classical, more so than probably other Qawwals.
Yeah.
In classical singers, then you talk about Ustad Salamat Ali Khan Saab. Then you talk about people who are on a different level. Ustad Shafqat Ali Khan Saab today. Different levels.
Yeah.
So my family, my brother Ishers, if you hear my brother Ishers, he will just, there's nobody in UK can sit on a Vajra and outdo him.
Absolutely, and I've heard it. Even his Yaran the Yari was a massive track on.
Yaran the Yari, he was still doing his training in India.
Yeah.
Now the story of how we came to Hunterz Gharana is beautiful. Ustad Salamat Ali Khan Saab had come from Lahore, and Khan Saab was performing in Jalandhar. Now Khan Saab, just to let you know, Ustad Salamat Ali Khan Saab, who was the shining star of Hunterz Gharana. Khan Saab passed away in 2000. Khan Saab was known for, at the age of 7 years old, how does a 7-year-old sing a full classical performance in Harbalab Festival? Harbalab Festival is like 130 years old, big classical music festival.
Yeah.
Khan Saab, Salamat Ali Khan Saab and his elder brother Nazakat Ali Khan Saab, 7 and 9 years old, both brothers perform. This is only in the blood, and it's only blessing, and it's a blessing from up there. This cannot happen.
Yeah.
That's a little kid that must have had 50 years worth of riyaz in him, but he's 7 years old. How does that happen?
Look at that.
It's impossible. Now, Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab was an ashik of Salamat Ali Khan Saab. He loved Ustad Salamat Ali Khan Saab. So when Nusrat Saab would perform around the world in all the biggest festivals and arenas, and then go back to Pakistan and go and sit with Khan Saab, and that's how much love they had. But Ustad Salamat Ali Khan Saab also loved Nusrat Saab's father, because Nusrat Saab's father, even though he was a Qawwal, had amazing knowledge of classical music. So Salamat Ali Khan Saab, when he was younger, did go and see him. But Nusrat Saab's father also knew that this boy is too much. Whatever I've got, let me help him and give it to him. In classical terms, Salamat Ali Khan Saab was too much. So that's how both them families had a lot of love. So what I try and do, so sometimes, yes, we do like singing a bit of Qawwali. Somewhere down the line, I will be dropping a classical performance if I'm able to do it. I'm very, very far away from that, but I will do it with a tabla player in probably like 9 beats or something like that. I'll show a different side of me. But it will be, as far as I'm concerned, it will be like a student performance.
This is fabulous.
I've challenged myself to do that. I've challenged myself to do that.
Amount of things knowledge you've just given us there is unbelievable. And it's fantastic. I just want to say thank you very much, Hunterz, for coming on today and giving your your knowledge and your message. You've given good messages as well to the youth out there that believe in yourself. But before you go, can you just drop me one line of any song of your choice?
Okay. I've been recording vocals. Listen to my voice. I've been recording all day. But for you, I will sing even if I had no voice left. For you, I'll do that.
Thank you, sir.
ਜਦੋਂ ਦੀਦ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਈਦ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਦੀਦ ਕਰਾ ਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੱਲ ਨਾਲ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਜਣਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਦਰਦ ਮੁਕਾ ਦੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਿਨਾ ਦਿਲ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੇਖੀ ਜਾ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਲਾਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਆ ਜਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਜਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਿਨਾ ਦਿਲ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੇਖੀ ਜਾ ਐਨ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਸੇ ਡੋਲਦੇ ਬੁੱਲੀਆਂ ਚੋਂ ਹੱਸੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਿਦਾਰੇ ਬਾਬਾਨੀ ਬਾਬਰੇ ਮਰੇ ਰੇ ਜ਼ਾਨੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨੀ ਰੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ
Kya baat hai, Hunterz. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. That was fantastic. Once again,
no problem.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Big respect for everybody tuning into UC TV. And please support my brother. He is a genuine, lovely and amazing brother. We've had a relationship for a long, long time. That is a real, true brother. So anytime you call me, and what we'll do in the future, we'll do another one in the future when we have proper time, and maybe I'll call you down to a studio or something.
Definitely.
We'll do something special.
Fantastic. Okay? Thank you, Paji.
Please keep me in your du'as.
Always.
And all the best for everybody.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That was Hunterz, and I'll catch you next week.